All right, fellas, I know it's been a long time since I posted on here. I got something we're finna do here together, but was in Missouri. Jason and Black River Boats had one. I've been wanting one for a while, and spur of the moment, I got it. I'm excited to have it here. We'll have info on Aaron's new Legion here pretty soon. Waiting on a trolling motor. Big fiasco with FedEx, and one came in broke. We're not going to get to that till that video. But here's what I got. The heated tiller grip. It's cold outside. It's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be an easy install. I think we just pop this off. Obviously, just unscrew this. Here's where the plugs are going to go. And I think that's going to be it. Let's see. Let's do this together. Let's just kind of see what's all in here. There's the switch. And yeah, like I was hoping for, there's just plugs. This is just going to plug into the pre-wired harness there. And here's the grip. We'll pop that zip tie off. It's going to go like that. And that's just going to pop right back on there. Alright, so just a couple of these screws down here on the bottom side of the tiller that come out. And look how dirty it is in there. I'm going to blame Sean on that one, on that Rio Grande trip. The 20 miles of dirt roads. Had a couple little cobwebs, but looks like we just need to remove this. And that's where the switch is going to go in. And then we'll find a harness. Alright guys, that switch is in. There it is. Looks like it's going to have 3 levels. Now I'm just going to pry around in here and find. I think that one's going to go up to the tiller handle because it has a 2-wire prong right there. And then we're just going to dig around and find the harness that'll fit in. And there it is. Got a little blank in it. Mine was tucked in underneath my shift deal here. This just pops right out to get it out. And I may put it back in there once I get this plugged in. Just to play for it. Alright, pulled that back up and just shoved that wiring harness back in there. And that's just going to fold on top there once we get going. Now I'm going to pop this off. And I just popped this off with my pocket knife. And then that's going to come out. Let me look around here for a second. I've had this off before. So what you got to do is you'll see this harness right here. It unplugs. And then you take this little doohickey out right here that's sitting in there. Pull it up. And this comes off, and there's your handle. And now I'm going to remove this piece. I don't think it's hard, but I'm going to use both hands. Okay, that was really easy as well. You just kind of press some pressure down, and that's going to come right out. Bam, bam, just like that. Now I am going to use both hands to stick this one back in here, and I'll show you that. All right, maybe this is going to make sense. Did have instructions that I looked at, and now looking at it makes total sense. You just run the heated tiller grip through the same metal shaft that the trim wires run through. So they run out just like this. I took all the tags off all this stuff because I took the tags off this wire, the trim wire as well, and sucked it out real close to the end, and then shoved that one as far as I could, and then just kind of fed it through together. It was really simple. Picked it out of that hole with my pocket knife. So I'm going to put this back in here. I'll be right back. All right, that took me, about a minute. I found it best to actually shove the heated part back inside the tube, because when this is out, this has to be all the way back this way anyway, and there's not space for this to be sticking up just a little bit. So I shoved it back in there, and I got that in. And this only goes in one way. I don't know if you can see in there. We're not going to get into it. You'll figure that out. It's pretty simple. But yeah, this is what you end up with. So I went ahead and put that cap back on, and that's all back complete like it used to be. And it can only go on one way as well. The trim button. I think this cap can go on either way. Alright, so now that that's finagled back in, make sure your trim up button's up. I think that part could go either way. It slides back on the little pin shaft there, and we will replace You can see that very good, but we'll just stick that down in there. Just like that. That keeps it from sliding the handle out. There's my throttle and everything working again. Now it's just going to be a matter of hooking the trim wire back up to right there, hooking that to the throttle, and we'll be done. Minus putting the top back on. Okay. Well, I'm making sure when I close this down, there are moving parts right there, so you don't want to just sit this on top of that. I think it's all going to just lay to the side like that. It's kind of where the trim already was. Once I get this top down and secure, I feel good about that. All right, we're almost ready to test this thing, but I'm going to be an adult and not be overly excited. Listen when I turn the grip. This is definitely a new sound. So I feel like, I don't know if you could hear that in the video. I'm going to pull this back off and just recheck that my wiring is not rubbing a moving component. Okay. There's no more sound, which is great, but I didn't really move anything. Once I took it off, it just kind of quit, and I put it back together. It's not making the sound. So I must have moved something. That's something I'm going to pay attention to in the future. Make sure it doesn't hear that again. All right, fellas, it's on. Sounding like it used to. You hit the button, nothing happens. That's what we expected. We're going to turn the key on. And obviously we want all three. Now we're just going to wait a minute. See if this dude gets warm. It's been a couple seconds and I don't feel anything just yet. So I'm going to pause it here. See what we feel. Okay, it's probably been a minute and a half since I paused there. And I definitely can feel some heat coming in it. It's not what I would call hot yet. But it's still warming up. Of course, I'm not running the boat or anything, just sitting here in the shop, but it is working. I'm going to leave it on for a few more minutes just to see how hot it gets. All right, guys, been about 5 minutes and definitely noticeably warmer than it, something normal. I think it's about 48 degrees in the shop right now. I can feel it. I would say it's something you want to turn on as soon as you can. A little slow heating up, but it's definitely getting there. And like if you was wide open right there, that's going to be noticeable. But I can't wait to test it. I'll probably just throw a little after review test on the Facebook page. It'll be just a short one. But anyway, I got mine from Black River Boats. I'm sure any Mercury dealer can get it for you. And as far as install goes, you need a Phillip head screwdriver and a pocket knife. And you could get it done. Or just a Phillip head and a flat head to pop this off. But pocket knife and a Phillip head is all I use. Sat right here and did it. If I had to do it again, I could probably do it in 5 to 10 minutes. First time probably took me 12. But anyhow, that's it on that. Thank y'all for watching. If you don't like cold hands, I don't like wearing gloves either in my tiller hand because especially with the trim where it's at, fat finger glove sure does make it a little more difficult, but maybe could wear just a thin glove now and get some of the heat from that tiller. See y'all next time.